What do you think? Because the intention of this book or CD series is to help emerging leaders that want to be inspirational and successful. What would you say are some primary traits or qualities that people need to have to be successful?
A colleague and I have written a little book called Becoming an Invitational Leader.
Yes, wonderful.
And we've, thank you.
It is.
We've identified 4 qualities that we think that really make ethical leadership. And the first quality is trust. I think that's so important today. Someone has said that in our country today, trust is at an all-time low, and cynicism at an all-time high. And so trust is when I think you reach out to someone else and you find a point that is really collaborative, and that we use the metaphor of the sequoia, that when you go to the sequoia forest, you see the solitary trees. And I remember going with my colleague, William Perky, to the sequoia forest. We stood before the tallest tree in the forest. And the guide picked us out, and he said, "You seem unusually moved by these trees." And I said, "Well, I'm a mountain-born person, but this is a real tree." And I asked, "How tall is the tree?" He said, "It's over 300 feet tall." And I asked, rather naively, you know, "How does it stand so tall? Do its roots run all the way to China?" And then he said, "No, it has shallow roots." And the secret of the sequoia is it reaches its roots just to another root, and the tree's roots embrace each other and hold each other tall.
Wow.
I love it.
What a beautiful image.
It is a wonderful
Yes.
metaphor, is it not, for life? And so
yes.
trust must be a part of what leaders do. How we hold each other
Absolutely.
erect in the presence of adversity or the tides or the winds that might blow us apart. The second factor is respect. That all people are able, valuable, and responsible, should be treated that way. My grandmother, a wonderful saintly woman, when she went to compliment someone, she'd say, "They're not sorry people." I love that term, not sorry. And it didn't mean they were apologetic. It meant
Right.
you go to
Oh,
the
I know
bank
exactly
for their
what you meant.
integrity.
Yes.
You know, you go to the bank. So trust, respect, optimism is another quality.
What a
that we
wonderful trait.
I think
we
it
need
is.
more
You
of that.
have untapped potential, you know, that all of us must be optimistic. Someone has said that optimists believe the wind will change, but while pessimists curse the wind. Rather interesting, though. But I do believe that there's an important thing of optimism in leadership. And then the last level is intentionality. That you must intentionally try to lead with integrity in 5 different ways. And a colleague and I, when we wrote our little book called Becoming an Invitational Leader, we used the metaphor of the starfish. That a starfish can open up an oyster shell quickly by exerting 5 pressure points. An interesting point.
It is.
And so many times in leadership we talk about, you know, we'll make people do something or whatever. But the starfish, using the pressure points, opens up the oyster shell so that the shell gives forth its beautiful pearl. And so the metaphor, it's the people, the place, the programs, the policies, and the processes in sync in leadership. You can have a great place with good people, but the place is abominable. You can have a great place and the people lack integrity. So again, it's I love the syncretic nature of that, don't you? That
I do.
as an oyster shell opens up, a lot, you know, the starfish opens up the oyster shell so that the people, the place, the programs, and the policies and the processes then become a part of leadership.
That's a beautiful image.
Thank you.
And we work on that also. In executive brilliance, that's exactly, our points are almost identical to that.
Yes,
so
I think so.
totally agree.